Okay, welcome to the very first episode of Legion of Talk. Something I definitely want to have on a regular basis on the channel with various topics, various guests. Okay, my friend, introduce yourself. You will be my guest.
Hello at all. My name is Samuel, or like we in Germany say, Samuel. He asked me if I want to join this show for a short talk or a real talk about my lifestyle, because I'm living straight edge.
Yes, so the overall topic is going to be substance abuse. So the man definitely has some stories to contribute. Maybe at first things first, try to explain a little bit what straight edge means. I guess some people never heard that term before. Are you familiar with straight edge? Probably not, so please.
Yeah. Well, the lifestyle straight edge is from the 80s and is out of the punk scene. So people at this time are choosing to go to concerts of punk bands or the first hardcore bands, but they say we want to listen to the music and we want to feel the show and have a great time there without drinking or taking other drugs. So the lifestyle straight edge was born, and they have the mark, the X as a mark printed on their hands, because at this time in America, or the USA especially, they making an X for all the people under the age.
Like my head?
Yeah, of course.
Sorry.
The
Spam
X
the X!
on the
Like
hand.
Teddy did. Hi, Teddy.
On the hand, because this was a sign for the people at the age under 21 that they mustn't drink alcohol or something like this on the show.
Okay.
And the first band who was making music in this way was Earth Crisis. And they have a song called Straight Edge, and that's the way.
Okay. I had no idea. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's the point where the name of Straight Edge is from.
Yeah. So my first question is, can you basically have a straight edge lifestyle without being in that musical subculture?
That's the big point. Many people in the scene say no, but I think yes, you can, because the lifestyle straight edge just means that you don't drink, you don't do drugs, you don't smoke, and anything like this.
What about meat? Is meat
not a point of the straight edge lifestyle?
Okay.
But many people who are living straight edge say they live vegan or vegetarian too, because they want to clean up their body and don't want to put bad things on themselves. So they say we don't want to hurt animals or want to use animals for anything, like wearing leather shoes or anything like this.
Yes, so Pokeboy in chat just said, I think Ellie said she's straight edge too. She's another streamer. I know she's vegan. I didn't know she's also not having any drinks whatsoever. I had no idea. Does she refer to herself as straight edge? I have no idea. Maybe she will come around later. I would love to hear her input.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, so, and let's talk about your beginnings, basically. So, straight to the point, you have been a alcoholic.
Yes, that's true. In my early 20s, or the time before, I just started drinking alcohol very early. The first time I'm into drinking wine was when I was at the age of 8.
Age of 8?
When I start to drink regularly, I was at the age of 12. That's always the same age when I started to smoke cigarettes.
That is early.
Yes, at the age of 14, I began smoking weed as well and taking other drugs. But
at what age?
At the age of 14.
You started smoking weed at 14 and other drugs as well?
Yes.
Okay, that is tough stuff, guys.
Yeah, but with the illegal stuff of to consume, like weed or just some harder things, I stopped at the age of 19 because I had a not that good time. But the bigger part was I'm a musician and our bass player was smoking weed all the time too. Often we were smoking together, that's the point, but he absolutely lost control because he didn't came to our rehearsals, and the bigger point was that he didn't show up when we have a concert. So that's one point that I said, okay, that's one step too far for
Getting
me.
out of hand, yeah.
And I was bad at school. I don't had any interests than taking drugs or music. Okay, that's also the point. But it just
Hello there, Karel Hotze. Hola, mamacita. How you doing? ¿Cómo estás?
Yes.
Sorry.
And it was a very hard time for me because I didn't feel well all the time and just feel well when I had my joint or something like this. So I said to myself, I don't want to use drugs anymore, but I still drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes. I stopped with these both at the age of 22.
Okay, let's go step by step. Firstly, guys, if you have any questions, just shoot. So we can answer anything, and you can also contribute your stories, your experiences, maybe your own experiences or experiences with your friends or family. So we can discuss this all. Do not interrupt your amigo. No worries, it's okay.
It's all fine with him.
Yeah, so what I ask myself is now, so have you been a, so to speak, alcoholic already when you started smoking weed?
No, that I get into the addiction to alcohol, it was later. When I first realized it was...
Yeah, that's also would be my follow-up question. When did you realize you definitely are a alcoholic?
Yeah.
And hey, Frozen, how you doing?
This was at the age of 21, maybe. But at this time, I was in my first vocational training. So I work for the concrete industry, had to start with my work at the time of 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock a.m. So I just had to get up very early. And often I had to work till late night. I had my hardest week I had at this factory was I started at 2 a.m. and work until 10 p.m. on every day. So 5 days in a row, and was working 100 hours without a break. And had to drive 30 minutes to the work from my home. So I was away from home for 21 hours a day. Didn't have many sleep, and that's one point why I had to drink so much, because I just get into this drinking to get down with my body, to get down with my mind, because it was just working. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Bailo, my friend. Yeah, Bailo just said my sister's autoimmune was kicked off by alcohol usage. She passed quickly in June. Yeah, I remember we talked about this on stream, that he lost his sister, which is really, really tough. So, yeah, I'm sending you all the strength I can, brother. I'm really, really sorry.
I'm sorry too. That's the point, that many people who are addicted to alcohol just living their own life and don't care about anything else. That's what the same with me. I just live my life, and just any friends of mine came to me and say, "Hey, do you want to join us to make some party?" I just no. I just was sitting at home and drinking alcohol. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron, welcome. Yeah, so I'm asking myself, firstly, what did you feel when you drank alcohol for the first time, when you were 8, when you drank your first wine? How did it feel, and how did the situation come up? I mean, it's not a regular thing in Germany that you drink alcohol when you're 8. I know it's different to America.
That's true.
So especially the States, you won't drink before the age of 21 usually. So we start drinking basically legally when we are 16. With beer and shit. Yeah, so how did you feel? Did it taste good? Probably not.
I don't remember if it tastes good, but it was when I was sitting at home. My parents weren't at home, and I just said, "Oh, my parents are drinking wine nearly every day." in the evening when they're sitting in front of the TV, they're drinking just one glass, not that much that I have to say they are addicted to it. No, they just drink it to relax after a hard day of work. So
Hello, Sir Cranen.
it was very normal to me that people are drinking wine and something like this. So I just choose for myself. I just want to taste.
Yeah.
So I get me a glass of wine and just drank it, and I was fine with it. I don't remember if it tastes well to me, but I feel okay.
Do you think it was okay from your parents giving you wine at the age of 8?
Probably not.
Probably not, yeah. And I wonder, your parents, are they or have they been addicted to alcohol? Do you think they had a problem with it?
No, I don't think that I have a problem with it.
Okay.
Just now, my father is drinking a lot of alcohol, but he's said to himself that he wants to stop drinking that much alcohol. He is, since August, he's retired.
Okay.
And just said he want to make some holiday or some vacation. He's in the north of Germany right now, and said to himself he was drinking so much alcohol that he want to stop it quite for 1 or 2 or some more month. He don't know.
Let me interrupt for a second. Frozen, of course, you guys can ask questions. Yeah, thank you, Leah. Maybe you can also react to chat. Yeah. That's good. That's perfect. Amnesty at you, Samu. What do you think was a trigger that got you into drinking at the age of 12?
That's a good question.
Very good question.
At the age of 12, well, my parents got divorced, and that was I was in holidays in Finland with some friends.
Finland.
Yeah, it was very, very nice there. I love this country. And when I come back, my father was he had moved out. He had a new wife, so that at this point they
you were 12.
Get married.
You were 12 when they
got
the divorce. Yes. Okay.
And my father moved out to his new girlfriend, and this happened when I was in a foreign country for 2 weeks, and I came back, and everything changed. At this point, I didn't have that many friends in school. I was the bullied guy. So I don't know how to get rid of it and how to get into a good situation with it. And so I start drinking alcohol because some friends of mine are also drinking because they were some years older than me. And one second thing is I just played the drums at this time and started to play in a punk rock band. And the other musicians of this band were at the age of 16 or 15, 16. So it's very normal to us to drink beer or apple wine at the rehearsal. And for me, it's just, okay, I'm starting drinking with them.
Yeah, but guys, there you see, everything has a friggin' root. There's always like a root to each and every one story. And there you can see it's not that simple. It's not just a dude who was alcoholic and because he liked to drink. No, there's a fucking root to it. And that is fucking interesting. Frozen, is there a point where you can say, I'm addicted to alcohol, even you didn't realize it at that point, but in retrospect, could you point out that point in time? Yeah, good question. Very good question.
Yes. As I always said, when at the age of 21 or around that.
In retrospect, so you didn't realize it back then.
Yes, but that's the point where I also starting to realize it, because I also said I had to get up very early to get to work, and the routine of the time was before I stood up and I just were laying in bed. I just take a bottle of mostly whiskey or absinthe and start drinking just before my foot hits the ground. And that was the normal thing I had done every day, just to get into the mood to get up to get to work.
Yeah, I guess this is the major turning point. This is the point where you know you have a problem, when you need something specific to function, basically. I think this is always the crucial point, no matter what we're talking about. no matter the substance. I mean, the topic is not alcohol, the topic is substances. When you need to rely on something to function as a human being. And this is where you definitely need to double check yourself and reflect and think about your life choices. Okay, let me catch up on chat real quick.
Teddy hat eine Frage gestellt.
Yeah, 1 second. So Crane and my parents are divorced too. Sorry to hear that. Mine too. Teddy, are you pitching pure abstinence or moderation, understanding the potential risks and recognizing addictive behavior? I'm not sure I understand the question. You mean if he advises to stay away from alcohol completely, or having a moderated drinking behavior? Is this your question? Sorry, we are German plebs, so please elaborate. Okay, sometimes the root isn't anything more than a chemical imbalance in the brain. Definitely, but not in this case, I might say. Not every issue is deep-seated. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It's definitely a fair point. Okay, you really got me at the point when you said that you kind of need alcohol to get to work or to even function. Yeah, and that is where you know you have a serious problem.
So Teddy said yes.
Yes, okay. So what is your take on alcohol? Obviously, you've seen us guys together on stream already, me and Leah getting shit-faced and drinking all kinds of drinks. Something we decided to do as well, to make that point that this doesn't faze him at all. He doesn't mind at all, and he can completely tolerate it. So what is your take on others drinking alcohol, especially your girlfriend?
Yes. Well, the point
And
is...
she's a fucking drunk.
Bullshit. Just on the weekend.
Well,
Yeah,
at the
this
first...
is how it starts.
Yeah, when I start to being straight edge or living straight edge, or at this time I didn't call myself a straight edge. I just said, okay, I want to get off the alcohol scene. I moved to Gießen at this time, so I started a new life because I said to myself, when I stay at my hometown and have the same friends, I never get rid of it. So I moved here, started a new job, my second vocational training. So I just get rid of everything except of my band. I also make music with them, but both guitar players were living in Gießen at this time too. So it's more easy for me to get here. But to the alcohol, yes, it was very hard for me because in the factory I started to work then, the most guys are drinking alcohol even at work. So I had to choose myself, okay, I don't want to work with this guy or this guy who are drinking at the work the whole time. And when I got home after work, I had a normal job with 8 hours a day. So I had a lot of time for myself. I started to go to the gym and making sports, because at this time I had the weight of, I don't know, nearly 140 to 150 kilogram.
Which is a fucking lot.
Yes, so I lost a lot of it too. And I start, as I said, to go to the gym when I think, okay, I can drink a beer. No, I go to the gym. Or when I want to smoke a cigarette, because I stopped.
Yeah, so you also smoke cigarettes as well.
I just say to myself, okay, no, I eat a carrot or some vegetables to get a clean mind at this point. It was a very, very hard time for me.
Yeah. So let me in between catch up on chat, so that I don't have to read up so much. So let me just catch up. Okay, Amnesty says, had the same thing when I was working as a tennis teacher for 9 months in a hotel where everything was free, the alcohol. And I had to work like 10 hours on the court and be friendly every time. Oh, I feel you. I drank every day super much, slept like 2 hours and then get back on the court again. And then there was one point when, not drinking a single day, my body crashed. So I drank every day. It's devil circle, definitely. Devil circle.
Yes.
You nailed it, my man. Yeah, how many per day were you at when you realized you needed to stop at Amnesty? Yeah, that's what I want to know. But I was drinking like 5 to 10 beers a day, plus gin tonic and vodka lemon, which is fucking a lot.
Yeah, I feel you, because I drank that much too.
Yeah.
But at the end, I mostly don't drink beer because it's just too much water for me. I drink the most time whiskey and absinthe.
You wanted to have that feeling
Yes.
as fast as possible.
Yes. I need that.
You wanted the
feeling.
alcohol to kick in.
Yeah.
It was not about enjoying a drink anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just 40% of alcohol or more.
Yeah, and Bree says, Samu is so strong being able to hang out with those that are drinking. I lived with an alcoholic and we all decided to never have alcohol in my house because of it. Yeah, exactly. And this is where I also have to say, I have so much fucking respect for him to firstly realizing that he has a problem on his own, realizing on your own that you have a problem is such a hard thing to pull off. I guess you guys can completely relate to this. Realizing a problem by yourself and changing something to the better. He made that fucking decision to stay away from freaking alcohol. And yeah, this year I'm doing a sober year, already 9 months. Oh man, I wish you all the best, Amnesty. You got this. You got this.
Oh yeah, he will. Just stay strong.
Yeah.
It's very for the most people it's very easy to say, oh, stay strong, you get this, but for me it was a hard point after 1.5 years to 2 years that I just were close before start drinking again. So the point when you stop drinking or stop doing drugs or stop smoking, it's nearly the same. After a while, it depends on the person. Sometimes it's 2 weeks or a month or 3 months. Sometimes it's just a year, or in my case, it was 1.5 to 2 years when you had the feeling, oh, I just want it back. I want my old life back. And you feel inside that it would be awesome for you to drink again or smoke or whatever. So I feel you, man, but just stay strong. If you need some, or advice is probably not the correct phrase here, but if you want to talk, you always can feel free and write a message to me. Add me on maybe Facebook or Instagram, so you always can ask me their questions.
Firstly, guys, if you want to see our guests, I linked their Instagram, and I definitely want to add. So the overall message for this format should definitely be you ain't in it alone. No matter the fucking topic we're gonna discuss in the future, this topic, no matter what, you ain't have to do it alone. We can fucking talk about everything. My freaking DMs are always open. I keep preaching this every freaking stream. So no one needs to be fucking alone, no matter what the problem is. Seriously. If it's a problem to you, it's fucking real, and then we can fucking deal with it together. I just wanted to throw that out. Okay, let me catch up on chat. Okay, by Elo. Firstly, Sokrainen, when did you meet Loom? When did we meet?
This year?
This year.
At the end of last year.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. By Elo, it's also worth noting that a Satorian spills maybe 6 to 8 cans a day doesn't feel like much, but it really, really is. Exactly. And I mean, you were drinking whiskey and shit, and it didn't faze you at all anymore. It was just like normal people getting up in the morning drinking freaking water, right?
Yeah, of course, but
Kinda.
I just drink quite more than this. Then when I had some booze, which doesn't taste that well, I just choose to drink other booze, which is tasting well to me, to get rid of the bad taste in my mouth. And
Teddy says, addiction is when you need something to function. Me staring at my coffee, I can quit whenever I want. Yeah, that is the thing. Coffee addiction. I'm addicted to coffee. I can go a day without coffee, but I can definitely, honestly say that I'm addicted to coffee. But I might say some addictions are worse than others. So there's definitely a difference.
Yeah, of course. I was drinking a lot of coffee too at this time, so I know it, yes.
Okay, MJ, welcome. My ex-wife is still a disaster from alcohol. It's ruined her life and so many others around her. Thankfully, I have full custody of our safe and healthy 4-year-old. Oh, man. Oh, man, I wish you so much strength. Yeah, so the thing is, you were at that point where you realized you have a problem. What was bigger for you? Realizing that you fuck up your own life, or that you also affect your friends and family, which you certainly did, I assume. What was more crucial for you at the moment, if that makes sense?
just for my life, because my mom didn't realize I was living at my mom's at this time. She didn't realize that I am drinking that much alcohol. So one day she said to me, "Oh, I am so good. I feel so good that you don't drink so much alcohol like the other people around you." And I thought to myself, "Well, what? Do you know me?" Because at this time I was sitting at the couch in our living room and had some rum with me. So okay. So I think it's just for myself, because many friends, or I don't know if I can call them friends, because there were just people who drink with me alcohol in some bars or whatever.
That's a good point you make. Are they friends? Because real friends would definitely see that you have a problem.
Yeah. And many people of them I don't have any contact now, because when I when I quit drinking alcohol and moved away from my hometown, many people say, "Hey, do you get here again for some drinks?" And when I got back some months ago and meet them, they just first question was, "Hey, want a beer or want some booze? Want to go in the bar with us?" And when I said,
and probably
no,
like, "Oh, come on, it's only one. You can drink one. Come on, for old time's sake, let's have one drink."
Yes. And then
And trust me, guys, those kind of people are the people you don't need in your fucking life.
Oh, yes.
Fuck them. These kind of people no one needs.
So when I said, "No, I don't want to drink anymore," or "I don't want to drink today," whatever, the most people of them say, "Well, are you sick? Or are you a pussy?" or something like this. So I said, "Oh, fuck you. I don't need you."
Yeah. So let me catch up on chat real quick.
Teddy hat eine krasse Story.
Yeah, 1 second. We're gonna get there. So Granny, my family has like drinking under control, and I'm happy about that. Can I ask you, how can you be sure that they have it under control without implying anything? Just asking. Hey, MST, it's super easy for me now. My addiction was in 2015, okay? Good job, though. Hey, Snowman Rick, welcome. Excellent message, guys. Glad you're helping others. Yeah, that is what we're all about. Definitely. Okay. And Kodo, me here still trying to quit smoking. Send help. Yeah, well, I feel you. Since I kind of failed with that as well. Hey, Aaron, I'm in the same boat. MST, did anyone ever told in that crucial drinking time that you had a problem? Good question.
I'd say no.
So
none of my friends.
I assume by what I heard so far, you had the wrong crowd around.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I just had.
They were feeding into the problem.
Yeah.
Basically.
I had my band. I was making music with them, but we also go to shows. And the normal thing was we go there and start drinking beer or booze or whatever. So it was just normal to us. And even them don't say a word to me. And just years later, I talk to them and they said, "Oh, yes, you were right. You had a big problem. But I didn't realize at that time, because we're just drinking and have a good time. It was normal to us."
Yeah. Okay. If you want to talk, feel free to message. I've heard that line a lot in this community. Yes, Flatus. And that is one of the most important messages on this channel. And you especially know that I sincerely mean this. Flam, my friend, how you doing, mate? Here in Ireland, I think alcoholism is so common that it seems very difficult for many people to know it's actually a problem, or at least notice the problem. Samu, you're an incredible person. You're an inspiration. Massive respect to you.
Thanks to you, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
and I like to talk about that, Flam, which is interesting. As you guys know, judging by the flag in the background, I have kind of a strong bond with Korea, South Korea. And Korea is, I don't know if they actually are number one with the alcohol drinking per person. I think they are on par with Russia, actually. So alcohol is so fucking, what's the word, entwined in the Korean social life, that also so many people don't realize they have a freaking alcohol problem. I mean, let's be real. You guys see me chugging freaking beer and stuff on cam, but as I mentioned many times, I don't really drink off cam. This is really purely a social thing when I hang out with my friends here. I don't fucking drink when I come from work and when I sit in front of my PlayStation. I don't drink beer. I don't drink any alcohol. I just don't do it. So it was kind of rough for me when I met my first Korean friends, and they were so pushy with the alcohol. It is just a common thing that when you are out with your friends there, you drink booze. If you get a shot, you have to fucking drink it. So people are really, really persistent with it, and they are insisting on you to drink it. Well, I always had to excuse myself, like, sorry guys, I don't drink booze anymore, please. And they were kind of like looking at me like, okay, you look like this buffed, strong dude. You are really a weak sauce. So people really define strength by how they are able to drink alcohol. And the thing is, they don't have a high tolerance about drinking. My very good friend Parko, you know him. So he can chuck drinks like a motherfucker, and he can also function the next day. But he will be drunk really fast. So when we are out drinking in Korea, he was always like tequilas, 1, 2, 3, uno, dos, tres, more. Drinking, and ended up super fucking wasted because it's such a social thing to do. Because one thing you have to understand, the Korean work life. It's basically normal that you go out with your colleagues and boss for drinks. And when your fucking boss gives you a fucking drink, you have to drink it. There is no fucking way around. I talked with a lot of Koreans about this topic because I couldn't believe it. It's not a thing in Germany, not at all. No. But you go out with your boss and you have to keep up drinking. You gain the respect of your boss when he carries you to the fucking taxi. Like, seriously. This is one of the things I highly dislike in the Korean culture, I have to say. It's super fucking tough. Yeah, just wanted to throw that out. And Gideon, hello, welcome to the show. A lot of friendly people who want to judge you. Yeah, we don't judge. Loom, did you talk about quitting smoking? I know you were trying. Yeah, so let me dive into that for a second. I did quit smoking, that is correct. I mean, I announced it on Discord, I announced it on stream, and I quit for, I think, 3 months, or maybe even longer, but we had this conversation a lot about my mental problems, my issues that I have, the demons I fight, and the demons got much stronger after I quit smoking, not gonna lie. And I just couldn't bear it anymore. I know it's kind of losing, but my mind was even more a mess than it was before. So I decided for myself, fuck it. I would have a cigarette now, and I need to take care of other things first before I take care of the smoking. Yeah. Okay, so now we're getting to Teddy. As a former drug addict, I did very well keeping it a secret. Mm-hmm. The biggest fear for me was being labeled a drug addict. In the States, it can be very bad for you getting that on your record. Having some support would have been the best thing for me, and maybe I would have been hiding away, detoxing. I almost died because I was too scared to go to hospital. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah,
tough stuff.
That's in Germany often the same too. Many alcoholic or
stigma. Yeah, basically.
Many people who are addicted to alcohol always try to hide it from any other persons, just to it's normal here to drink alcohol. At the age of 16 you can drink beer and everything.
Yeah. And it's cool to do though.
Yes, and it's very cool because all the minors at these ages are drinking alcohol, so you if you want to be part of them, you have to drink beer with them, at least beer.
Yeah.
And so it's normal. And even I'm living straight edge now for 7.5 years, a bit longer than this. It's quite not normal to talk to people and to have to tell them that I don't drink alcohol anymore. And the most of them are looking very strange to me because I'm a tattooed, pierced guy. Okay, right at the moment you don't see any piercings, but I'm not the normal guy. And then the most people think, oh, he had to drink a lot, he had to take drugs.
They judge you for your looks.
And that's the point why so many people are looking very strange in bars or wherever to me. And I have to tell them very often that I don't want to drink, or at some days I just say, oh, I have to drive, no thanks, because I don't want to talk to some strangers about my whole life.
Okay, before we continue, I have to catch up on
Yeah.
chat. Frozen, I could really say a lot about myself on general about the topic of mental health and alcohol abuse, but I just want to say never expected to hear a conversation about this here. So kudos to Loom and of course Samu for sharing such personal things. Thank you, man.
Thanks a lot.
This is what we're all about.
Yes.
The MST, I went through the same shit this year. The stigma's definitely there. I'm sorry you didn't feel safe. Yeah, Teddy. So Ukrainian, they don't drink too much. Probably your parents. Okay, lettuce, just a comment that I've not visualizing this from my perspective. Since I think I have an almost anti-addictive personality, I can't think of anything I couldn't ditch if I needed to. That's interesting. MJ, just want to say, Yun streams like this are why I love the AOE community. Such a great place to get away from stress or deal with real world issues. Keep it up. Much love. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. This is the stuff that keeps me going. Seriously. Thank you. Being able to just interrupt things could be seen as its own potential issue, but still a different mindset. Intertwined. And yeah, Aaron, Aussie drinking culture is definitely a thing too. Yeah, I know. It's insane.
It's probably not in some countries anymore. It's the whole world is drinking that much. It's nearly normal in every part of the world. I had contact to people to a lot of countries worldwide, so it's just normal to the most of them.
Yeah, Gideon, I never drink around family, nor on my own as well. You don't drink? Are you accusing me of something? Yeah, Technik Alex, I've experienced the same with the Chinese culture. Yeah, definitely. It's, I think in all of East Asia, it's a thing. Maybe besides the Muslim-based countries like Malaysia and Indonesia, maybe not over there, but Japan, China, like I mentioned, Korea, it is heavy, let us say the word, intertwined in the culture. Chuck Rambo AOE, welcome to the show. I think online drinking is the safest way. You can have a beer with your friends around the world, but you can quit stream anytime you are in control of your stream and you don't get together just for drinking. Yeah, so you're talking about me. Yeah, so like I said, the drinking on stream for me is really, it's a social situation for me. I don't see this as sitting in front of a friggin' monitor playing games. No, I'm having a community experience. And this is why I fucking love Twitch. And love Twitch over YouTube or other formats. Because you definitely have a real community experience. I mean, guys, look at what's happening on this channel. It's fucking amazing. The stories we shared so far. It's fucking insane. I'm sitting here with fucking friends. I mean, not only my physical friends, I mean you guys as well. Like, seriously. Beige, welcome to the show. Frozen, I need to move to Korea. Trust me, you don't want to work there. You don't. Brazilian, my sister began her addiction at 15 with weed, and it escalated to heroin when she went to college. Turned her into a horrible person. She stole from us, used us. She overdosed and passed away a few years ago, and knowing that we couldn't have helped her just tore my family apart. Substance abuse is a tough topic for me. Happy you are here talking to us about this, Samu. Your strength is an inspiration to me, to many. Yeah, I remember that we talked about this. This is fucking...
That's very hard, and that's just the worst case which can happen. So the addiction is not the such a easy way to talk to. It's just sitting here and talk that often to you all guys here on the internet is just not that easy for me too. When he asked Lea just a while ago if I can do this, I just had to think about this a lot because yes, I'm living straight edge right now, and I'm over all the addiction and all the bad times, but it's very it's my person, and it's very personal to talk about.
Obviously,
this with so many foreign people, and I don't know how many people will watch the video after on YouTube and wherever.
It's a big step to take, definitely.
So it's very great and awesome to see that so many people have the same lifestyle or had the same mistakes done in their life and are talking here that often too. So I'm very thankful that you think that I'm an inspiration for so many people, but I don't think that I'm that good guy. So because there are, yes, in the part of alcohol and drugs, okay, but I don't have the great life what you might think I should have often. So I'm not the perfect guy.
Who is actually?
Yes,
Who is the
who
perfect
is?
guy? No
So
one is.
I think the word inspiration is a kind of drug abuse, okay, but I'm not the perfect guy who is the inspiration for many people or a good inspiration for people.
Yeah, okay. We still need to catch up on chat.
It's just
says-
awesome that you write so many,
Yeah,
much. It's
definitely.
great.
Thank you so much for the chat activity. It's really good that you guys are participating in the convo. It's fucking important. Okay, Brie, I just wish I fully understood that her actions weren't because she was a bad person, but because she had an addiction. Yeah, I absolutely get that. You know what I mean? She was not a bad person, just a person that had many demons, undiagnosed bipolar, and no support. Yeah, and that is the thing. And with this, we can also drift into mental health again. So, guys, don't forget, someone who suffers from clinical depression, that person is sick. That person has a sickness. Like someone else who has a calf or someone who broke his friggin' leg. It's the same. Just because it's in your mind, it doesn't mean it's not a real sickness. And this is a stigma I definitely want to break. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, Aaron makes a good point. Unfortunately, society doesn't really teach us empathy with addictions. It's not your fault. Society needs to learn so much.
Absolutely.
We could talk all night about this. Yeah, Teddy, it's interesting hearing about alcohol addiction in Germany. All I know about Germany is from movies, and all the movies are basically beer fest. Yeah, it's so weird. And guys, don't forget, the Oktoberfest is only in a small portion of Germany. This is a strict Bavaria thing. Also, the whole gig with the lederhosen and, with the traditional dress and shit. We have nothing to do with that. Not at all. It's a pure South Germany, Bavaria thing. Also, the beer culture. Yes, obviously, we all love beer in Germany. So we are in the top 10, I think, in the world regarding beers, I think.
Yeah, of course.
The amount of beers we drink.
Per
But
person,
the classical beer culture that foreigners know is strictly a Bavarian thing. Yeah.
And the most people who are thinking of Germany is to think about the things they know from Bavaria.
Yeah.
The northern part of Germany is just unknown for the most people in foreign countries.
Yeah. To be fair, alcohol consumption, cigarette smoking are both going down. That is correct, Bailo. Especially in Germany, the cigarette smoking definitely went back. And Gideon says, "Hello, person in the back."
Ich habe schon geantwortet.
Okay.
I answered already.
Okay, all good. Nectary, welcome. Nectary, I wonder what your take on alcohol is. You are the youngest in the community. You are 15 years old. Do you drink alcohol? If you want to talk about this honestly. No pressure. Streaming and AOE2DE in my community got me out of clinical depression. By now we train together, pump up the chuck and play AOE. And the bond in my community is just amazing. Same for me here, Chuck. Same for me here. Darth, could you get Leia a beer? It looks like she needs one. she can get her own beer. And she's the waitress here. Darth is here.
Ja, ich hab's gesehen. I've got one drink already.
Mellow, brother. Only thing I think of when thinking of Jeremy is Lumi's beautiful face. Yeah, well, that's debatable, but thank you.
The egghead.
Nectary says Romania is number 3 at drinking alcohol. I'm proud of my country. Yeah, you are probably being ironic. So, do you drink, Nectary? Is it common to drink alcohol when you are 15? What is your position to alcohol now? Amnesty asks you. Okay, guys, keep up with chat. I need to eat bread or something. I'm German. I need bread and shit. I'm so hungry. So you guys keep up with the chat.
Yes.
And you answer the question.
Yes. My position to alcohol right now, that's quite easy to say. I don't want to drink anymore, but I don't. It's not interesting for me if my people around me are drinking alcohol. Often I'm the guy who gives them the alcohol or say, "Hey, want to drink something?" Just for fun. But
You want to smell my cheese?
well, it was a hard beginning to get to the point that I say I can go out with my friends or go out with my family or whatever, or whoever, that I can have a great time with them when they are drinking and I'm not. So I think I had to learn this, and this needs 1 or 2 or maybe 3 years that I didn't have any problems anymore. Yes, she hates humans.
Yeah, there's a Darth asked me what my shirt says, so I hate humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
You guys are great.
yeah.
Thanks for the convo.
So yes,
It's
it
been
was,
great to listen to.
Not that easy one.
I want some cheese, milk lag.
What happened?
Äh,
I saw an alert.
ja, ich habe aber nichts gehört. Ich weiß es nicht ganz genau. Du hast deinen Arsch gehauen.
There was an alert.
Ja, du hast ja
Guys, what
auch,
did I miss?
Yeah.
du hast ja auf den Arsch gehauen.
Albatross subscribed tier 1 for the 2nd month.
Oh, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you.
Yes.
I will be back in a second. I'm so hungry. Sorry.
He just
But
needs
go on.
food. A lot of food.
And he's a good driver and drive our drunken asses always safe at home.
I try to do my best. So yes, as I said, it was at the beginning it was a hard time, and right now I'm totally fine with it. As I said, I stopped drinking about 7.5 years ago. So the date was, the last time I drink alcohol was the 6th of February in 2013. So I already always don't know this date because it's a big date where I changed my life. So
What was your last drink? Do you remember it?
for my last drink, that's not that easy because I had a small party at my home. My brother was with me, a good friend from my hometown who also moved to Gießen some years ago, his girlfriend, and another friend of mine from my hometown. And we had a great evening with a lot of booze and beers and everything. What especially the last drink was, I don't know, because I was very drunk and it was about 4 to 5 a.m. And we started to drink in the midday, the day before. So I don't know the drink, but I know the date, and that's the point which is more interesting to me. So yes, Poggy, no one wants him to cut the cheese.
Yeah.
Talking about my cheese?
Yes.
It's a French one. Anyone surprised?
A French cheese for Lumi.
Yeah. A little snack break for him.
Yeah, drinking alcohol is okay, but keep it easy. Yes, that's true. It's okay for the most people, but you have to had to look about the amount of alcohol you drink, even on a day or in a month or especially in a whole year. So if you drink 1 beer a day, it's just can be the start to an addiction.
Aaron, the first time I heard his story, I was kind of shocked. And I just know him not smoke, no drinks and something like that. And he's really open about it. So I think you told me about our first meeting. You don't drink because you was an alcoholic, and so I was, whoa, that's crazy. But I know him that way, and I like him that way, and
Okay, can I go to my
Yeah.
place? I have a few questions.
that was my part of the story.
She will be around, don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Okay, Loom Boy ate his stinky French cheese, and ironically enough, they surrendered to the French cheese. Isn't that ironic? Sorry. Aurelius is here, my friend. Hello, welcome to the show. Alex Navas, respect for not drinking. Yeah, so one thing I might to add as well is the pressure, the pressure from society to drink is so fucking insane, especially when you are at a young age. I mean, guys, you probably remember when you were like 16 or 17, there was no chance in hell on a friggin' party that you could say no to a drink. You would be the dork, the loser, basically. So it takes kinda courage and character to get to a point where you can say no to things you don't like. So that's definitely also a factor.
It's very funny because just this situation, or that people are forcing you to drink, or it's just not normal for people not to drink, is the reason why I have this tattoo here on my forearm. Maybe you can see it. It's an ape carrying a naked girl and is standing on an X. The X is, this is my straight edge tattoo. So the ape is the meaning of the society, and the naked girl is just a symbol that it's normal to drink alcohol. She is carrying a bottle of booze too, and it's just normal to drink that much that you lose your controls. And also the whole lifestyle, the night style, which is in bigger cities. So that you're a weird person for many people when you say, no, sorry, I don't want to drink.
Yeah. Okay, and Chuck says, I think it's great that you pull off a Just Chat topic next to AOE and especially stream with your real friends around. Great friends and a great person. You are, thumbs up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think it's super fucking important to make a point. I'm a freaking real person. I'm not just a streamer dude who likes games. No, I'm a fucking real person, and I struggle with a lot of things that many people can relate to. And I definitely want to share my real me and my environment with the people I meet on Twitch, which I definitely do, with having you around, having Leia here. Yeah. Germans will never let the French live, surrender down, Deutschland, yeah, whatever. Have you ever thought about having an alcohol drink again? How would you deal with it? Like, if you could handle a single drink, or would you get back to a certain addiction? Good question.
Yes, very good question. I often think about what it would be or how it could be when I drink again something, but I say to myself that I don't need this anymore. I drink so many years, as I always already said before. I drink my first time alcohol at the age of 8, start beginning drinking a lot of alcohol at the age of 12.
Yeah.
So and the amount I was drinking the day or every day at the end was so much that I think it's very enough for a person who's in the 50s or 60s. Because when I start or when I try to get drunk, I need about four bottles of booze,
Which is insane.
Yes, I know one story. It was a big party at my hometown at the very big festival. I go there with some friends. I had 4 bottles of booze with me. I was drinking nearly alone these booze. So, but I know at one point the bottles are empty, and I go to a shop, buy me new booze, and was drinking that. And when I get up the next day, I'm missing a lot of this day. I have 4 different bottles of booze in my bag. So I don't know what amount I was drinking. Some days later, I met the son of my boss of the factory I was working, and he told me that he was carrying me over the whole day or evening.
So you couldn't remember at all anymore.
And he was for him it was totally funny because he know me from his work, and I'm such a low guy in the factory, and he was carrying me the whole evening because I was absolutely drunk. See, for him it was very funny. For me, I say, oh whoa, that was the son of my boss, the biggest boss of this factory.
Which is definitely a point where you realize, okay,
and so
that is not cool.
Yes, and I don't know when. Just when I start claiming myself to being Edge, I say I don't want to have this anymore. I don't want to get rid of all my controls and just want to be myself at every time.
You want to be in charge of your life and body, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at this point, I said I don't want to drink anything anymore at no time.
Yeah, Amnesty, you are the question master. You can relate. Yeah. So keep on coming. And Chuck says, when I do drink on streams, which is not often, but I do promote responsible drinking and the don't drink and drive. And that is the question I ask myself, to be honest. Oh, wait a minute, what is going on? Pokey boy, gifting 5 subs. Pokey, thank you so much. We can't hear the alert. And Nick is here, hello motherfucker. Oh god. Oh, so much things happening right now. Pokey, thank you so much. Okay, let the alerts flow in first. Yeah, one second. Neck is here.
Hi, Nick.
Legion of Leia. Samu.
Hey, Nick.
So,
how are you, Nick?
While the alerts are running. These are my wonderful guests. Okay, I wanted to say something, but I lost my train of thoughts because of Pokeboy's generosity. 1 second. What was I? Lost my train of thoughts. Fuck. Okay, Aurelia says, I have a background in psychology. Okay, are the alerts over? Because we can't hear them. I have a background in psychology, and a number of my colleagues think it is individual based. Some people may need to never drink a drop of alcohol again, but others can stop the extreme drinking and then end up drinking. We don't think the never drink model applies to all people, but we're not saying people shouldn't make that choice. It's great, just that it shouldn't be forced on people, as some people can deal with it without quitting it forever. Your thoughts? Yeah, definitely. It depends on the person. It definitely depends on the person. Okay, one thing. I just remembered where I wanted to get at. Chuck says, the drinking on stream and drinking responsibly. That is a kind of inner conflict I have with streaming. On one side, you guys know I drink on stream sometimes, and it kind of became a meme, one-shotting beers and shit like that. But I never endorse people to do the same. So this is totally my gig. So I don't claim to be a role model. Never ever did I say I'm a freaking role model, do what I do. No, I'm a horrible human being with some things. Trust me. But on the other hand, I realize more and more the influence I can have as a Twitch streamer. I mean, we especially saw this after the whole mental health discussion we had on stream so many times, and the interview on Seabass stream. So I realize more and more that I can have a huge impact on other people. And mind you guys, I'm still a small streamer, but the impact is already huge. So the thing is, should I be a role model or not? This is a conflict I have with myself, and I have no answer to that question yet. Just to share my thoughts with you guys. And Aurelius, yeah, I mean, we're having Samu as an example here, a strong alcohol addict at some point in his life, and he quit completely with his own willpower. And this is something most people can't pull off, to be honest. So I think it definitely depends. As you also like to say in the AOE world, it depends. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Albatross, are you straight edge so much that you deny prescriptions for medical reason, for fear that it may trigger further addiction? Interesting question.
I said to myself, I don't take.
Okay, let me give you one question before you answer. Do you think you have a addictive personality?
Yes.
Is this the correct term?
Yes,
So
I have.
Yeah, you have.
I have, because when I
Okay.
stop drinking alcohol and doing everything else, I start doing sports, and I'm in the gym at nearly 6 days a week. Sometimes I got a day there twice. When I say, okay, I'm getting up early at 6 a.m. and go to gym, had a great time there, and in the afternoon I'm sitting at home and don't know what to do. I go there too again. So yes, I have a very addictive personality. So
Yeah.
I when I do something, I do it with
Thank you so much.
with my whole power.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, as I said earlier, we definitely want to make the case that it's not bad drinking alcohol and that it is absolutely no problem for him that we are socializing with alcohol right now. So we thought about this before we started the stream. Should I drink on cam? And we decided to do so. And yeah, okay, before I follow up with questions, back to the whole role model thing. Role model to who exactly? Basically to my viewers. It's a tricky question, damn right. Due to the responsibility you feel as a streamer, you become a better person, in my opinion. That is a good input. Pailo, trying to be a role model is that no one is ideal. I feel it's better to be yourself and be honest about it. It's way more easy to relate to. Yeah, I agree with you there, actually. I mean, you guys know me already with all my strong suits and my flaws. So I showed myself at the most vulnerable, tough word for me. I mean, I'm not afraid to shed tears on stream. I'm not afraid to share personal stories. I show you how fragile I can be and how many mistakes I make in my life. So this is definitely the road I kind of go to. So this answers my question, actually. And what is a role model exactly? That is another question I'm just asking myself in the process. Because as Bailo said, no one is perfect. There is no ideal personality, but the only thing I can give you on the way is try to be the best person you are. Reach your full potential. This is what I try to do with my life, reaching my full potential. This is basically, I think, the answer. Yeah, as long as you like arena, AoE. I think there's some responsibility that you hold, but not sure what the balance is. Yeah, isn't supposed to be a channel for kids. That's also important, Lettuce. My channel is not family friendly, and it is for adult audience. So that is definitely correct. So drinking, swearing on stream isn't exactly being a bad role model. Correct. Do you play music as well? I have a few SE friends who are very musically inclined. And Fighter Killer, hi. Sorry, I completely forgot saying hello to you. Welcome to the show. I guess this question is for you. What is SE? Straight edge. Okay. So Albatross has a few straight edge friends who are very musically inclined. Yeah, talk about it.
But
I love that topic.
Yeah, of course. But I think I start with the question before, with the medicals. So I say to myself, when I don't need to take the medicine, I try to that I get rid of my illness or whatever without taking anything. But if I had to take something, I will do. And I will take
if it's
the
crucial
medicine.
for your survival,
Yes.
basically.
Yes, of course. When I'm at the doctor and he said you have to, or you maybe die, or you lose, I don't know, something, then I will take these.
Yeah, I mean, guys, don't get it mixed up. He's straight edge, not a Jehovah Witness. So,
Yes.
right? So straight edge and medicals are completely fine.
Yes.
Right? So
Yes.
this is not part of
Yes.
of the lifestyle.
To the straight edge lifestyle, I say something then with the band, the music too. But Technic Alex also asked me if I drive with alcohol or drive very drunk, and if I
If you did.
regret. And yes, I drive often with alcohol, because when I get up and I'm drinking alcohol, that's mostly the time when I had to drive to work, and that was about 25 to 30 minutes. So yes, and at the work I was drinking beer. It was normal when I get to my work at that time at 4 a.m. The other guys are sitting there. Hey, it's perfect that you are here. Get a new bottle of beer or whiskey or whatever from downstairs, please. It was absolutely normal for us.
I have follow-up questions, but let us catch up on chat first. Pokeboy says, doctors and researchers have found that people with addictive personalities have naturally low dopamine levels, which makes it easy for them to move from addiction to addiction, because ultimately they are chasing that same high by different paths. Interesting. And true. Interesting. So would you say that you have a low dopamine level?
I don't know.
So which translates to basically that it's hard for you to get super excited about things. This is how I understand it. If your dopamine level is low, it's tougher for you to feel positive emotions and being excited about things. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad.
I don't think so, no. I can get excited for many things very easily, especially in the part of music, because my whole life I'm doing something with music. So I don't think that my dopamine level is that low. But it's just my personality that I want to do something, or I take something, I want to make it, I do it to the highest level I can go.
Bailo says, wouldn't being open and honest a role model too? I don't know. I feel like this is for others to judge. I don't want to actually have a point there, have a standpoint there, saying, yeah, I'm doing this and that. I'm a role model. I don't want to go into these waters. You understand what I mean? I think it's for others to decide, maybe. Yeah, Nick, you mentioned the peer pressure and the fear of being an outcast. Do you hope the term straight edge will eventually lose its meaning as not drinking becomes more normalized and accepted? Good question by Nick.
I would start with the question before with the straight edge bands and music.
Yeah.
To get to the point back. I played in a straight edge band, a vegan straight edge band too, but I had to quit this band because I don't have the time at this part. This was last year, and the band was based in Hamburg. That are some kilometers from here, about 5 hours with a car.
Yeah.
So I had to quit this because I don't have the time anymore for this band. At this area here, there are not that many straight edge people who are making music. I know some of them, yes. I have some friends who are making music and are straight edge, but they play in normal bands too. So they don't. They are quite like me. They are making music because they love making music and playing in bands and have a great time on stage or on tour and wherever. But they don't need to live the straight edge lifestyle the whole time on the show or on the stage, because they say the straight edge lifestyle they live for themselves, as I do so too.
And I don't think people who have that lifestyle are like showcasing it much. So I don't think it's like that many people do it to show how cool they are or how special they are. Or maybe I'm wrong.
Many people do so, yes.
At least not in my perception.
Yes. I know many people who say they are cool being straight edge and claiming edge and just shout out to the whole world, and that means everything to them. But that are often the people who stop being edge after a while. So often they are drinking just a lot before, then they claim edge, and after 1 or 2 or maybe 3 years, they start smoking, or it's mostly they start smoking again and not always drinking alcohol. But when they start smoking and didn't live the straight edge lifestyle anymore, it's very common that they start drinking beers and booze again too. So I don't think that the term straight edge will lose its meaning. For me, it would be great if there are more people living this lifestyle, but I think you don't need to call yourself a straight edge guy when you just live like this, because the meaning or the
Is the term important for you personally?
No. The term straight edge is just a term out of the hardcore scene. Many people out of there who don't drink, don't smoke, and whatever, don't call themselves a straight edge guy because they don't know the term.
Yeah. Okay. Chat, Nectary, I'm a kid. Should I leave your stream for now? Yeah, that's the thing. I think the responsibility is on your parents. So your parents shouldn't have allowed you to go on a adult stream in the first place. This is not my responsibility. That's my opinion to that. You look so different without the ring, Pokey says. Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, so there's a lot of missing right now.
Yes, there are a lot.
Yeah. And Chuck says, my mission as a strong-looking person has become somewhat for many males to identify with masculinity on a healthy level, especially in times of feminism. Being male somewhat is considered a bad thing. There's beauty to that, especially without drinking and letting the macho hang out. How do you define masculinity, Chuck? That is what I want to know. Interesting point. So, do you think it's not masculine when you cry as a man and when you are open with your feelings? That is what I really want to know. Letter says, feminism being male somewhat is considered a bad thing. Being a toxic asshole under the guise of being masculine is a bad thing. Not being a man. Fair point. Fair point.
And Technik, Alex, I was working in a concrete factory at the time. I was there for my first vocational training.
By Elo, dopamine levels are also related to depression. Yeah, like no direct correlation, but low dopamine levels also inflict many problems associated with depression. So works with addictive personalities in a diabolical way. Definitely. Aaron says, the other reason addiction becomes a cycle is because the substance gives you a higher dopamine level than normal activities do. So the cycle begins because everyday life activities don't boost your dopamine levels as much. Definitely. Everything raises dopamine levels. A juicy mangonel shot raises it, bacon raises it, you're making music raises it. For some people it's running, others unfortunately it's drugs. Makes sense. Nectary, you sent me a message on Discord. You can say it on stream. Okay, you keep talking. I will check out that message.
Do you have some more questions about the substance abuse or on my person as well? If there is something you want to know, just feel free to ask. And with the dopamine level, you are absolutely right, I think. But I didn't think about this for my person at this time, because for me, I just live my life as I just want to do, even if I don't drink anymore.
Brazilian with a wonderful question. When you quit drinking, did you feel like you needed to make a new group of friends? Were you basically alone after that point?
Yes.
Since you kind of had the wrong crowd around you?
Yes, I moved, as I always said. I moved away from my hometown here to Gießen and start a new life. And I just had some friends. At the point, the both guitar players of my band were living in Gießen too, and the one of them is a vegetarian straight edge guy, and the other one...
I thought you need to be vegan to be straight edge.
No.
Okay.
You don't need to... You can be straight edge as a meat eater too. So, and the other guitar player was also don't drink alcohol at the time, but he is drinking a lot again nowadays. Yeah. Or even
what letter says, Nick? What letter says? How much you bench, brah? To answer the important questions here.
I don't know.
I
don't.
can do 100 kilos, but only like 3 or 4 reps. Weird flex,
Yeah.
but okay.
I'm not that many times in the gym right now. I'm more into Muay Thai. So I hope that the pandemic is over very soon, that we can make our sports again. Ever thought about hard drugs? Yes, I do a lot of drugs and also
did. You mean you did.
harder drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that
Yes.
yet, right? So one thing I want to know first before you talk about the other drugs, what was your substitute right after quitting alcohol? It was sport right away.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Sports.
Okay, now to the hard drugs.
Well, the harder drugs I take, that was at the age from 14 to 19. Then I stopped with smoking weed a lot. With 14 I started.
That is also interesting. So you consider marijuana as a hard drug?
No.
No.
Marijuana is not a hard drug, but I just want to say that I get into the drug scene with marijuana, and also that was the last drug I take or I took at this point. But I also take speed or LSD or I don't even know everything. Ecstasy I try. I was sitting in the school at the age of 18 with a good friend of mine. We're just sitting in front of the teacher and we're taking speed and pep and sometimes just taking cocaine in school. So
And
just
I'm curious, what kind of mindset brought you to go into hard drugs? What was the motivation behind it? Did you feel empty? Did you need to feel the void?
no.
Did you need a higher dopamine level?
No,
what is the
just-
story behind that?
I just
Because it's a huge step to take
Yes.
from Mary J going to ecstasy and shit.
but
I think.
yes, it's a big step, but for me it's just I had the ability to take it and just had a great time with friends, so I took it. Just I don't think a lot about this because I just
It just
had the
happened
ability.
naturally.
I had the
Yeah, yeah,
ability,
gotcha.
so it happened.
Yeah.
And after this, it happened quite often.
Yeah. Aaron says, are there many resources or places available to help people with addictions where you guys live? Definitely. Germany has
Yes.
a lot of official
Yes.
help.
If you have an addiction and you go with this addiction to a doctor, he absolutely will help you. And he knows where he can send you.
Yeah. And Technik Alex, yeah, basically the sport when he quit
Yeah.
drinking. He answered
Sport
that.
and music.
Yeah. And Nectary, I advise you rewatch the VOD after the stream. In the very beginning, he explains straight edge. So I don't want to repeat too much. I think it's quite a long story, rather long.
Yeah, there are very good movies. It's one movie. It's called Edge, the movie. It tells the whole story from the beginning with also the people who are starting this lifestyle, and it's very nice to see how they evolved, because some of them are in the video and are talking about the straight edge lifestyle they had in the 80s, and nowadays they are drinking wine again. So they didn't be the straight edge guru anymore.
Yeah. Cheesy, welcome to the show. MSC says, so you tried everything but didn't really get addicted from it. So it was only the alcohol you were
Yes.
addicted.
Yes, alcohol and cigarettes. I'm very glad that I
And
don't.
did you quit both at the same time?
Yes.
Cigarettes and alcohol?
Yes.
Interesting.
And it's I'm very, very glad that I am not that addicted to the hard drugs. But I also said to myself, I never want to go to heroin or something like this. Just mushrooms, and that was very the top of it.
Yeah. I wonder, do you think you will ever drink again?
They always ask me, and
okay, sorry.
But I don't want to drink anymore. Never again. I
Okay,
just
gotcha.
say to myself,
Yeah. Victory, good night.
good night,
And
man.
Jack Rambo, I share a lot of feelings with my stream. I don't necessarily cry and cam. but I tell them my depression resulted from verbally abusive relationship. Maybe rejecting men becoming strong again helps people, especially geekier peeps, who have very distant relation to women. But I think that's kind of off topic. Yeah, I guess we can dive into that deeper on another episode. But I'm curious. Your definition of being a man, it sounds kind of off to me. How do you project being a man? So, in your opinion, a man is like this confident dude who can get all the chicks in the bars and can go forward and get all the ladies? Because you mentioned the geekier peeps who have very distant relation to women. I think you have a weird image of what a man is. No offense. Aaron, Mariana was a gateway for me too, but my underlying mental illness was driving it all. Thanks so much to you guys for talking, normalizing the struggles. I know it means a lot to everyone. Yeah, thank you for that. What can the everyday person do to help someone they know struggling with addiction? Good question.
I think the first big step is to talk open about the addiction. That the most important thing is that the guy who is addicted had to realize this and to start to talk to people about it.
And I guess this applies to every kind of problem.
Yes.
First step is always realizing the problem, and the second step is talking openly about it.
Yes.
I guess this applies to everything.
Yes. When you start to talk to very good friends or your family or any person, you know they won't get rid of you after you talk about something like this, because that's not the normal way to get to talk to people who had an addiction. But so it's the first thing is the addicted person have to choose a person who is very familiar with and know that he is very good into this person. And after this, after the first hours of talking maybe, or the first time he talked, probably it's the best to go with him to a doctor, to someone
professional help.
Yes, he needs often he needs professional help. I didn't had professional help on my own, so I know how hard it can be when you don't had a professional by your side. If I had to, or if I could talk to myself at the age of 22, I would say go to a fucking professional. Go and take some help.
Okay, one thing, Offensive Piano is back. Greetings go out to Ireland. Long time no see, man. How have you been? Good to see you back, man. And yeah, to the other topic, by Ilo, being a man is basically the same as being a good human. Doing your best day in, day out, improving on that, and facing the consequences of your choices. Well said. The thing is, I guess we definitely gonna have a Legion of Talk episode about white knighting, simping, and the general treating of females on Twitch. You know, the difference in behavior between male streamers, female streamers, and the audience. The thing is, the best thing you can fucking do is treat a woman like a fucking human being, for Christ's sake. No lady in the fucking right mind needs a fucking white knight stepping up for her. Treat everyone like a freaking person, like I do. I don't give a shit if you are man, woman, Apache, attack helicopter. You come into my show, you are here as a fucking human being and not a lady or what else. Easy as that, guys. No one needs to be fucking raised to something. Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? Aaron. Stop it, Aaron. Shout out the lady. Oh my god, she gifted 10 fucking subs. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. I guess I kinda made sense with my statement. I think Aaron approves. Thank you. Enjoy it for a second. We can't hear it, but you can enjoy. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
Nick also gifted one sub to Planner.
Nick, thank you. Freeloading bitch!
Thank you.
She's freeloading since like ever. Yeah, guys, thank you.
Just one thing I said to Lumi earlier.
Yeah.
He had an absolutely great community. It's awesome.
I'm so fucking proud. I keep saying this, I know many use this as a empty phrase, but I fucking mean it. I'm so fucking proud of the people around. What?
I know.
What?
Let's talk about the one on Twitch instant I like to, but
Yeah, I mean, smart people can distinguish a joke and real talk, I hope. I hope. Yeah, but seriously, yeah, I have to admit I gain a lot of friggin' inspiration from Healthy Gamer GG, Dr. K. So if you don't know Dr. K yet, you definitely need to check out this man. He's a wise man and he definitely opened my eyes to many topics. And yeah, let me mute the alerts for a second because it's kind of weird when I talk over the song. Yeah, and I stand to my opinion. Treat people as a fucking person and not as a male, woman, or what else. Judge people or judge persons on their personality, on the human being they are. And yeah, like I said, no pretty lady likes to be white knighted. No pretty lady likes to be simped. Or some neckbeard standing up for her to defend her honor. No, just treat her like a fucking normal person. End of story. That's what I wanted to say, and I think we definitely have a episode about that in the future. Maybe I can invite a female streamer to contribute to that topic. We're definitely gonna talk a full episode about this. I think it's super fucking important. Go easy on neckbeards. Nick, you're killing me. Stop it, man. Oh. Man of butts too, I'm just saying, yeah. To stay with topic, many people define themselves over drinking, how manly they are, especially in young ages. Yeah, we talked about this. And to be a white knight is not my definition of being a man. And that was not my point. I just try to raise awareness as well of the equality. I sadly don't see many asses on Twitch, except for this channel.
He called you an ass?
Slate Igniel, welcome, spam the emotes. Yeah, okay. I need a cigarette. I'm angry and happy at the same time. It's a weird world. So you're gonna bombard those two with questions. But don't go too off topic, please. Let's stay on the substance abuse topic. When does drinking pressure start? Parents giving kids drinks, or is it from their social circles? Yeah, and you were not here. You were not here before, but he got basically wine from his parents when he was 8 years old.
No, I take the wine. I don't get the wine from them.
Ah, you took it?
Yeah, I said they weren't at home at this moment.
Ah, sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, but go deeper into detail. Hello, women. Can I defend your honor, lady?
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Beautiful women.
I defend myself, bitch.
What
Hi.
are you?
Legion of Leia is back. So.
Legion of Leia with stinky French cheese. Quite delicious.
Nasty guy.
So.
So, when...
I just want to cover my body odor. I didn't shower for 2 weeks.
Rawr.
Sorry, I'm out.
Disgusting.
Absolutely. So. Alex Navas, I fell asleep soon. Oh, come on.
Pussy!
Very sad. Come over, dude.
Yeah, tell him to come over.
Yeah. Here's some space for you.
Alex Navas,
Was
real
ist denn,
Alex.
was ist denn Silence?
He lives away like 10 minutes by car.
Ja, Alex.
Not even 10 minutes.
Leia loves silence. What is silence?
I have no idea. Darth, you have to.
Elaborate.
Yeah.
Silence? You smell like coconut. She smells like coconut.
Was?
Weird woman.
Ich riech doch nicht nach Kokosnuss.
She smells like coconut. Aaron, thank you so much for hanging out and thank you for the
Thanks, Aaron.
pizza.
Thanks a lot.
Take care, Aaron.
Battlestar Galactica. I know that name, but I never watched it.
We can't be friends anymore.
I'm sorry to break your heart.
Boo. I just watched the movie, but I think I just watched it in German, so maybe that's the point why I don't know the word.
Was stimmt denn mit dir nicht? Oops, sorry guys.
It's fucking warm in here, guys.
That's right, it's very warm.
What's wrong with this? It's fucking warm.
But this is fucking loud.
But Darth, maybe I can
Rewatch it.
be your friend again when I tell you that I watched Stargate. I don't know. Maybe you like it too.
Or you have to watch
Stargate.
Battlestar Galactica.
Stargate.
I hated it. That was good.
Ah, you sucker.
Stay on topic, please.
Yeah, stay on
Yeah.
topic. So, where are your questions about drinking and abusive shit?
So Nick never drank because of a liver condition. Okay.
Ah, okay.
That's very interesting too for us because you have an other side and you see all the people are drinking and never had the chance to drink it. Do you think you would like to try to drink someday, or are you totally fine with it, Nick? That would be very interesting for me to know.
Yeah.
That's a hard question for me. If Nick, I will read it for you. Do you think your life would have turned out very differently if you never started drinking? Maybe. I don't know. I think yes, because I started drinking very early when I was in the school, and so I got very lazy and have done nothing for my schools. So probably if I didn't drink at this time, I probably start studying earlier, or I don't know. I think a lot would be different in my life, yes. But I think that's my life. I'm just me like I am now because I had this addiction and had the chance to get rid of it.
Darth, yeah, I think it's. I think many people are drinking at this age a lot. You are in the state of puberty, and you try something new, and it's fun, and you make fun of each other how drunk they were, and I think it's normal.
Over here, it's very normal.
In Germany, it's really normal.
As I earlier said, I start beginning drinking a lot of alcohol when I was 12,
Yeah.
and stopped drinking alcohol when I was 22. So it's nearly the same age as you mentioned. Okay, that's interesting, Nick, that you wouldn't start drinking when you suddenly get rid of the liver. Yes, but I think to see many things is quite one thing, but to live with these things or to feel all the situations you have when you get into the alcohol thing, it's quite a big difference. But I always say I like people who never drink anything or never drink a drop of alcohol in their life, because they probably don't know how hard it could be to be in the situation of being an addict. But they also have a very strong mind to say they don't want to taste it. Yeah, maybe I got better marks than Darth, but I don't know if I would had less fun. Because the whole time I was at school, I also make music. That was the bigger point where I had my fun. And rural area was pretty much to all there was to do party. Yes, my hometown, there are living about 35,000 people, but the most of them are old guys and or families, young families. So that's not a hotspot where you can go and make party everywhere. It's often the point that you go and meet your friends at their houses or in the garden, or maybe go on the streets or wherever, just to have your time.
Okay, to answer the off-topic question by Ilo, what simping is. A simp is basically male human beings who act super friggin' submissive to female streamers on cam, like adoring the female streamer and raising her to a level of being a goddess to them, being super submissive. This is basically a simp. You can Google it. You can find a lot of information on the internet. It's super interesting, and we definitely gonna have a talk about this. It's a interesting topic. Yeah. Since my father was alcoholic, I decided when I was 16 to stop drinking, went into heavy marijuana abuse for a very long time. That shaped my personality. I only started drinking very responsibly at 27, and I still do it rarely, and have kind of this distance relationship to it. That's good, if you're at least not addicted. Yeah, Nick, you can simp me all day, baby. Yeah, so one story I want to share about addictive personalities as well. So I had a good friend when I was younger, until early adulthood, basically, and he was kinda a addictive personality. So he used to live in the same street as me, and we became friends when we were kids. We were hanging out and shit, and yeah, the first signs that he has a addictive personality was when he got into doing sports. Like, he was heavy into bodybuilding. So at the age of 16, he was second place in the German youth bodybuilding contest. Like, seriously committed. Like, so much that he avoided eating sugar at all times, not drinking alcohol. He was really addicted. And yeah, at some point he met the wrong crowd and started drinking alcohol, like way too much. So to a point where it got scary to be around him. So he was kinda dangerous, to be honest. So when we were hanging out, me and my friends, and he was part of the party, we tried to avoid giving him the booze and the strong stuff. He was definitely, yeah, Darth, good question. He was definitely heavy into chugging down booze and shit, and we knew this would turn out bad. So I remember our first bad experience we had. I was with him out in a club. We were partying. It was first time we really went outside drinking, and he was so fucking loaded. He started to beat the crap out of me. And it was at the time where he was the bodybuilder dude, like super sporty and into combat sports and shit. And I was like that skinny dude. So I was not always this fat ass. I used to be like a skinny dude in my early adulthood. How old were we? What did I say? Yeah, like 18, 19. And he started to beat the shit out of me. He was completely out of his mind. He was sucker punching me straight in the mouth, and started to kick on me while I was lying on the ground, like completely out of nowhere. Nothing happened prior to that. Okay, we had a short fight with other people earlier. That's a different story. And we kind of went away from that because they were calling the police and shit. And yeah, things kind of went south. Anyway, that sucker punch came out of nowhere, and he beat the shit out of me, and I basically had to run away from him when I had the chance, which was super scary. So this was the first time I legit got scared by his drinking behavior, basically. And we didn't talk for a long time. But we kind of got back to being friends and shit. It was kind of weird after that, to be honest, but we were still close friends. So I have to elaborate a little bit on our friendship. So he was always a kind of weirdo. He was a attractive male, really good looking dude who would get all the chicks and shit, but he was always a weirdo. Everyone who met him was like, oh, he's different. But he was always a very good friend to me. And he was that kind of friend. For example, I remember when I had my first girlfriend, and I remember, I think we had like a big fight or something. So I have to explain, it was during the week and he lived away like 5 kilometers. And I remember that I was crying and I was really, really down because something happened with that girlfriend. I don't remember. And I called him and I just cried, and he said, oh, it's about the girl. Stop, I come right over. Without even asking questions. So I still get goosebumps when I think about this, because these are the friendships you need. He didn't even bother. He knew I was in a shitty place right now. It was the middle of the fucking night. He had to work the next day. And he came over. He took his shoes on and he jogged over the 5 frigging kilometers. So it was in a time where we had no cars yet, because we were 16. And he just came over. Like 20 minutes later, he was right in front of my door and just hugging me. Like, seriously, this kind of friend was he. You know him. I don't want to say his name, but alcohol and weirdo. I don't want to call out the name. It's kind of, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I guess you know who I'm talking about. So we are the same age. And yeah, I will get into it. So naturally, Yukasti, Cruciator's curse on him. Is he still in your life? Okay, I will get to that. Anyway, every time I tell people about him, I tell this story because it impressed me so fucking much. How many of you in chat right now have a person like that, who just doesn't ask questions, who just understands you are in a shitty place right now, I come over to you, I don't give a fuck that I have to work later. And he just spent the time with me, which is fucking, it's still fucking insane to think about it. And yeah, it kind of went well for years. We went to parties. His alcohol was not a problem then. I had a few time jumps in my story, I'm sorry. So the alcohol drinking started much after this. So the time where he was that good friend to me, it was at the age of 16 when he was still doing bodybuilding and shit. So alcohol was not a problem yet. It started from there. Like when we were like 18, 19, 20, when he met the wrong crowd, he started to drink a lot and things got weird. And yeah, some things happened. We kind of detached a little bit from each other. And I remember when I met him on a party once, that was also in the early 20s, and he was loaded again. It was already the time where he started drinking. And I remember him coming to me crying and said, I have a problem with alcohol. And I was just too young to deal with it. I didn't know what to do. And yeah, he got weirder and weirder, and he also started taking drugs and shit, like I told you guys. He is a addictive personality. He can easily catch on to the next good thing for him. And that's when we kind of separated, because it got scary, because at some evenings when I was living with a girlfriend here, he just showed up in the middle of the night knocking on my freaking windows and shit like that. So my apartment is basement level, or ground level, you say in English, I think. So it was kind of freaking out my girlfriend, freaking me out, and we felt kind of, he's getting dangerous. He just showed up completely drunk, knocking on my window in the middle of the night. He also quit his job and quit the sports and all that. And yeah, that was a point where I said, dude, we can't be friends anymore. I don't want to have this in my life. I can't deal with this. Then we didn't see each other for years again. And then there was another day where he just randomly showed up in front of the door. I remember my dog my dog knew him, and he was never scared of him. But when he came from the door and fell down my stairs because he was so fucking loaded. He was so drunk. He fell down my stairs, and my dog was so friggin' scared of him. He literally shit himself. And he never did this before. It was back then when I had my dog. He shit himself. He was so scared of him. And I kind of had to get rid of him because, as I told you, he was unpredictable when he was drunk. He could just tick out at any second and take a knife and maybe kill all of us. This was the impression I had of him. So yeah, we took our separate ways then. And yeah, I heard in the last years that he lost his grandma, and his grandma was really dear to his heart, and I know this really fucked him up completely. This is what I heard. So I kind of blame myself each day. I keep dreaming of him. I blame myself for not helping him, to be honest. To be straight honest with you. Because I know he actually needs me. 1 second. So I know he needs me, but I don't know how to deal with it. And anyway, from that point on, when he lost his grandma, he completely lost touch of reality. So no work for him anymore, and only hanging out with weird ass people, taking stronger drugs, all kinds of drugs, getting caught stealing alcohol from the stores and shit like that. And yeah, so every time he showed up, which happened occasionally, I had to turn him down, which feels bad. On one side, yeah, you can't help people that don't want help. I understand you. But I feel like I have the responsibility because he was always there for me back when things were normal. And yeah, I saw him the last time last year. He again knocked on my door like on a completely random day, completely high on drugs. He looked like a maniac. He's like this skinny dude now, with his face like that. I told you he was like a attractive dude when he was younger, before the drugs and shit. And it was just scary seeing him. And he came in like, oh yeah, long time no see, good to see you. And he was like this weird behavior, like completely full on drugs. And yeah, I haven't slept for 3 days. And yeah, so what's up? And stuff like that, like a shell of himself, basically, which was so fucking scary. And the saddest thing about this is I was with another friend, and we exchanged like what is the word? We looked at each other. Basically, we knew, okay, we need to get rid of him. It kinda can get dangerous. So I told him, yeah, okay, I will contact you, but it's better if you leave. And even in that weird state of mind he realized that he was turned down by me. He was standing here right behind me in front of the door, looked me deep in the eyes and started crying, and just turned around and left. And since then I never seen him again. And quite recently, a few days ago, my grandma told me his father died. So I know he's like in a really, really tough spot right now. And basically, I wait every day for the message to hear they found him dead in a ditch, because this is what will happen. And it will be partly on me, no matter what you guys say. It will be partly on me, because I didn't help. It's not too late yet, but I don't know how to actually handle it. Yeah, had to share that story. End of story. There's no excuse for what you did, but do you think him coming to you was a cry for help? Sorta. Benny, you cannot blame yourself ever. You're not a mental health professional. Yeah, I'm far from being an expert in handling mental health issues, as you guys know. Father drank himself to death. I hadn't seen him in like 8 years. I don't blame myself for a second. If I'm blameless for a father, you certainly are for a weird friend. That's some tough shit, man. Yeah, but that's the thing. In theory, you guys make complete and utter sense, but what you feel is always a different story. And apparently it does affect my mind still. I keep thinking of him, and especially of all the good times we shared. He was a fucking weirdo, but we had like so good times. He was not, let's say, he was not well educated, like in the classical educational sense, but he had a very physiological, is that the word? Physiological approach to life, which I share as well. So we always had like interesting conversations about life and the universe and whatnot. It was always, yeah, he was special in his own ways. Philosophical, yeah, tough word. I understand that you urge to want to help people and feeling guilty if I can, but I can't save people just because I want to. Yeah, but don't forget, he's not no one. He's not just a random dude. So he used to be very close to me. So it's a tough situation. That's all I have to say about this. Yeah, so much to addictive personality, which he definitely has. I mean, I would love for him to go into therapy. I know from I stalked him on Facebook. I know he has a job right now. Maybe he is on a better way, and I'm still struggling with myself if I should text him. Like my condolences, I can't speak anymore. My condolences to losing his father and stuff like that. On the other hand, I'm kind of scared, selfishly scared to let him back into my life. Because I don't want to have him around drunk in the house when my grandma is alone, and you never know. You never fucking know. It's kind of selfish, but this is how I think. It's just real talk, you know? We are all about the fucking real talk here. Yeah, tough story. You talked about it to me last week. Exactly, Alex Navas. We talked about this. I had people like that in my life. Not as close as you did, but still. Yeah, so you can relate. Anyway, that is my story to that. Okay, any more questions? Yeah, people change. You can't keep people in your life because of who they used to be. That is a very good point you're making. I know. The thing is, we humans tend to, I think the word is romanticize things. So when we think of the past, we always only see the good things. I guess you guys know that feeling when you broke up with someone because she's a fucking horrible person, and sometime after you start missing the person, and you only see the good things and the good memories and the warm feeling you had. So I guess we humans tend to do that, but we need to see it as it is, I guess. Yeah, you gotta protect you first, definitely. Nothing selfish about properly assessing the situation. Yeah, but I want to help. No matter how fucked up his situation is right now, I don't want to see him dying. I really don't. Yeah, the good old days syndrome. Yeah. I like to think about when Lumi had hair. Oh, I can send you pics, dude, with long ass hair. You would be surprised, motherfucker. All things are changing, us included. The person you knew and lived is not the same person today. That is true, the boomer. We are constantly evolving and changing as human beings. And yeah. Tashing Alex, I sent them in Discord. You saw them. I remember that. I think I deleted them because I don't trust you with those pics. Yeah. So guys, do we have anything more to the topic, or shall we close off the Legion of Talk for now? Is there anything else you guys want to say?
Maybe the next topics we talk about.
Yeah, we will have a new episode for that.
Yeah,
on another day.
But
we can talk about
it's interesting to
potential topics.
To know how which topics the audience
want
to talk about.
Definitely.
And I really want to know.
Then I have them already downloaded. Yeah, fuck you, Technik. Yeah, so guys, in my Discord server, I have a dedicated channel to this format. We just started today, Legion of Talk, very first episode. So you guys can join and discuss in that channel what topic we might tackle the next time. I think there's a lot of potential for a lot of topics. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just want to thank you all for your honesty and openness. Yeah, thank you for contributing, Nick. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Darth wants to know who's your favorite Stargate character, Leah.
I always...
That asshole with that thing on the head? I remember him.
No, the Daniel, wie hieß er nochmal? Daniel Jackson.
Admit it, you didn't watch it.
No, no,
You
no.
just want to impress staff. Come on.
No, Daniel Jackson and the O'Neill. I forgot his first name. I think he was a sergeant. Jack O'Neill. Yeah.
You skipped a couple of things. What did I skip, Chuck? By Elo, I also like to add that I've dealt with a lot of addiction and mental health issues in my life through my close ones and myself. And while I'm a regular Discord user, always feel free to talk to me here. That is sweet. That is sweet. Ross Michael, welcome. Respect for addressing real issues, encouraging people to talk. This serves a much bigger audience, as you've probably helped someone already without even knowing it. This is what we are about. I said this earlier as well. We definitely want to help. I mean, we are in this together, as I always like to say, on this fucking planet. We are in this together. We don't have to be alone. We can tackle on anything together as a fucking community. I mean it.
Especially in the time of the internet.
Yeah. Marmalade, thank you so much for your follow. Welcome to the family. The dude with this shit on his head is
T.
Right. Till yeah. I remember that. But I never watched the show, but I remember that. If only we can get the same help with our shitty Elo. Yeah, AOE. Amnesty, thank you as well for sharing your story, man. Means the fucking world.
Yeah.
Thank you to you all who talked so much with us or sharing their stories.
Yeah.
It's awesome that there are so many people who can talk freely about this topic, because it's not an easy topic to talk about.
Yeah. And this is what I love about Twitch, because we decide how our community shall be. We can create something beautiful. We can be a bunch of toxic fucking assholes, or we can be wholesome and support each other, having real talks over here. And I think we are doing a fucking good job with having a wholesome community. Like, seriously. Right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so big thank you to Samu for opening up about his story. Like, seriously, big props to him. Fucking insane story.
I'm very glad to be here, can share my story to you, and I hope that if you have any questions, you can write a message to me. He also, or him also in Discord. You can write.
I mean, he's on my server as well.
So I hope we can help you with this topic if you have a friend or whatever who had this situation that you say, he probably can be in an addicted lifestyle. Just feel free to talk about this with him, or if he wants to talk to people who had the same things in their life too, just feel free to send him over to us.
Yeah, basically, step one, reflect on your fucking life at all times. Reflect and realize when there's a problem. Step two, open your fucking mouth. Speak to people. There are plenty of wonderful people who listen, who want to genuinely help. And access, this doesn't mean much from Internet Stranger, but I'm so happy with how you turned it around, Samu. That is sweet.
Yeah, very sweet. As I said, awesome community.
Definitely. Bloomy, you create a nice community. Thank you, Alex Navas. Okay, I guess that's it for Legion of Talk, but we can do something else, but I just want to properly close it so I can clip it for YouTube. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for actively participating, which is fucking insane. Shulin, thank you for that follow. Welcome. Guys, like I said, thank you so much. I'm really overwhelmed with all the chat activity. I'm really happy that you guys shared your own stories, that no one was judging anyone here, which is fucking amazing. I love it. We really create like this second universe apart from society. Does that make sense? I hope so. Truly nice setup. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Okay. And thank you for your host. I appreciate that as well. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Okay, that was Legion of Talk episode 1, topic substance abuse. So join my Discord server to be updated about future Legion of Talk episodes. We're gonna have a variety of guests. We're gonna have Discord calls with other streamers and people and whatnot. A lot in store. Okay, Lumi out.